We got to get right into this. This is the Opie and Anthony Show, the O&A virus spreading across America. In studio, Bob Kelly and John Heder. I was pronouncing your name wrong all morning. I'm sorry, John.
Dude,
but it's spelled Heder. I mean, Heder.
No, it's spelled Heder.
It is?
Two vowel. There's only one consonant separating those two vowels. You know the rules.
No.
No, I don't.
I wish I did.
It becomes a hard sound.
D's. If there was two D's, it'd be Heder.
Heder, right. But there's only one, so it's Heder?
Mm-hmm.
God, everyone says Heder.
I mean,
just
how do you
piss
spell
off.
Peter?
P-E-T-E-R.
Right.
Not T-T-E-R.
That would be Petter.
And that will be the name of my first shop, Peter Heder.
All right, it's John Heder.
How about Peter Petter, an older man that drives around a school?
He's promoting the new movie School for Scoundrels, but before we get into any of that stuff, we got to talk about Bob Kelly during the break. Comes right in and wants to just relate to John.
Trying to bond with a celebrity.
Because, you know, they're both in the entertainment business, so.
You know, dude, I heard that,
Go ahead, why don't you say it on air now?
Dude, first of all, dude.
Why don't you say it on air now?
But I just said that I was at a party and he has a twin brother. But the guy Pedro in Napoleon Dynamite has a twin brother too. I didn't know because I was looking at him like, hey, that's that guy Pedro from the movie. He was in Dane Cook's movie, Employee of the Month.
Yeah.
Oh, here's where it'll tie in now to bring it all back around to you.
I was at the premiere party the other night, you know, because that's the way I roll.
Because you're Hollywood.
Yeah,
Employee of the Month?
Yeah.
It's nice. What capacity were you there?
But they had their premiere before we did.
Yeah.
We come out first. That's weird.
Yeah.
That is odd.
So I saw him, and
Probably wasn't
he had
a real
blonde
premiere.
hair, and he was like dancing crazy and doing all kinds of. And I was like, wow, he was a little crazy. And I was talking to him, and he was like, yeah, thanks, man, thanks, kind of like. And Dane actually was thanking him for being in the movie, like telling him you did great, you did great. And then someone came up after and said, oh, that wasn't him, that was his brother.
So you believe the someone that came up after him, everybody else that actually has contact with the guy in some capacity, and you believed him? What if it really was him?
It wasn't.
How do you know?
It wasn't.
But then you're saying
They do like to mess. I've met his twin brother. They like to mess with you. So, and you wouldn't be able to tell because they look identical.
Yeah, but according to Bob Kelly, one of them has blonde hair, even though they're Mexican.
Yeah. You can't dye your hair?
No.
No, not if you're Mexican.
Can't,
You're
no.
not allowed.
Why can't you dye your hair?
You're not allowed.
I can't
It's
think
in the
of
rule
one
book.
who's dyed their hair.
No.
He's dyed his hair.
It
His
comes
brother
out
dyed
in
his
like
hair.
an hour. It doesn't hold
It just grows out.
in the Mexican hair.
Yeah.
If you're Mexican.
You'd have to dye your eyebrow hair and your hair because they connect.
Yeah. That too.
Nothing.
That's good.
Yeah, you
funny.
get
I was
a little something.
I was too self-centeredly trying to think of how your dye scrapes off crawling under the border joke, but I couldn't, obviously. So I stopped myself instead of laughing at your joke. I was
Good
self-centeredly
thing you
obsessing.
did.
Oh, yeah, because that would have bombed. Good thing I got a little tester joke out there and it went nowhere.
There you have it.
So Bob was trying to bond with John.
I don't know if it was Bond.
Yes, it was.
All right.
Yeah, you really were.
He walks in, he's a very famous guy, and the first thing you do is go, dude, we have a connection. That's bonding.
Well, that is bonding. I was trying to bond a little. How you doing, John?
No, dude, it felt
Yeah.
good.
Thanks, man. I was just trying to make
You're
it
in
feel good.
a new movie, and you've had a couple of movies out now since Napoleon Dynamite, which is a little. It's kind of hard. It's one of those roles, Napoleon Dynamite, where it's like, wow, how the hell is he going to squeak out of this one?
Can we start? Can we start with that? Because your story is unbelievable. Napoleon Dynamite was just a student film.
Well, I guess you could call it. It felt like a student film because we were all friends from college who made it, and
So you got a bunch of your buddies
but we
together.
didn't get any class credit for making it.
Oh, okay. But you got a
damn.
little budget, and you got your friends together, and you had this idea.
Yeah.
I mean, we hear this all the time from people that listen to this show. Hey, man, I'm making a film. But who would think that it would become huge? Yeah. Did you guys think it would be huge at the time?
Well, I mean, when we made it, because it was like a student film, we were like, well, we think it could be, people would enjoy it if they had a chance. But we had no idea if it'd ever have a chance because when we made it, we didn't have any, promise of distribution. So we're like, oh,
So
for all we know, it could just be
end up on the net.
someone's, it
Somewhere.
could maybe,
Yeah.
Maybe we would have slipped it out on the internet.
But how do you get someone to see your film? Because there's a million guys in your position is what I'm getting at. So
it's basically, it was all Sundance,
Right.
and especially, and I don't know if it helped that we were also there in Utah making it, but, we made it in Idaho, but, I think we were just like, well, let's try to get into Sundance because that's such a great, you know.
So we can make a film and try to get into Sundance.
Yeah, but it's got to have a certain feel.
Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah, we were like, well, because that's such a great showcase for, you know, films that are trying to make it out there. And
Right.
So that's, we lucked out. That's how it happened.
And an overnight success, basically.
Yeah.
You went from no one knowing you to everybody, and now you're in a million movies.
But everybody knowing Napoleon Dynamite, which is a little weird to have to deal with, I guess.
Yeah.
You know, they want to hear the lines all the time.
I just had some experience yesterday where someone was like, oh, gosh, what was it? I'll think about it.
How did chicks react to that? Like, do they just, you know, want to do to you what you'd want them to do to you because of who you are?
Exactly.
Good.
They want me to give them tots.
Yeah. but he's a married guy.
Oh, you married? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
But Al's, I'm fresh out of tots. Sorry.
Can you imagine what kind of poo-ha he'd be getting after that movie? And he was married going into it. It's got to hurt a little bit, John. I'm sure you're in love and all that, but it's got to hurt a little.
Well, it's not like his character was like a 007.
Yeah. These girls have
fat chicks with
agendas.
tots?
They have secret agendas.
Yeah.
Chicks who make their own keychains.
Where do you find a character like that? Although, you know, I guess through school you kind of see them walking around the hall.
They're everybody. I mean, I think one of the reasons why it was popular because everybody claimed they knew someone like that growing up.
Yeah. But didn't really know him. You like goofed on him and
you
stuff.
You knew of them.
Yeah, you didn't know what he did.
If you talk to the real deal for a few seconds, you're like, all right, this conversation's over.
Yeah,
this
guy's out of
weird.
his mind.
The Liger is actually real too.
Everybody
ask him.
The Liger. I've seen him at Renaissance festivals. I know. Of course.
You saw a real Liger?
A real Liger. They're giant.
You're making fun of me, and you just said I've seen them at a Renaissance festival.
I've seen one.
Really, King?
You're just speculating on what you heard.
Well, John, were they real?
You know.
They're real.
Yeah.
Of course they are.
Our version was a little bit more magical, but
yeah. With the unicorn.
And I drew in those poison-tipped, like back blades,
right?
Back horns.
Yeah, they need that.
It's just funny when Bob Kelly has knowledge, that's all.
Yeah.
For some reason, we find it very funny when you have knowledge.
Well, Nathaniel doesn't give me pages of info.
It's just all third-party, third-hand info that he gets.
I read on the internet.
Dude, I know this guy. Dude, he had his kidney removed. He was with a hooker, woke up with ice and a note.
Here's what it is,
First
Bob.
of all, the third party. I watched the movie, and I went to Google. It's him to me.
Now, Bob, here's what Bob does. Bob's a horribly, lonely man. He's a very funny guy. He's never been respected for his intellect. So he walks around his apartment, pontificating and pretending that there are interested people being fascinated by his mind. And
what does pontificating mean?
Exactly. And he'll just talk. And you'll realize this when you're having a conversation with him. You start talking about something, and all of a sudden he goes, you know what, dude? And he just goes off on these awful, boring, rambling rants. And you can't tell him anything differently. And that's why Bob does that.
So why do you guys have him back on the show?
I don't know.
Well, it doesn't make
he fascinates us.
He fascinates.
He's a good boy.
He's all you've talked about this whole time.
Spotter.
Yeah, I'm sorry, John.
No.
You're kind of right, actually.
I know. You got a new movie out. and we want to hear. I've seen the trailer for it. Okay. Haven't seen the movie.
I'm going tonight.
My friends usually,
you are?
Yeah, I think there's a screening tonight.
Download it.
Well, tonight's the premiere.
I got invited to an actual premiere then?
No,
Maybe it's just a separate screen.
Did I get
It's probably a different screen.
I got invited to a premiere?
No, it's probably a different screen.
No, you didn't.
Wait, bring Roland in here real fast. Now we're going to talk about Roland instead of... Roland, I actually got... Here, grab a mic somewhere. Right there.
It's a screening.
He's just going to get on the mic and say, no.
Yeah, you were invited to the premiere.
The actual premiere?
Yeah, I saw the movie on Sunday. It was really good. It's out Friday wide.
Oh, so wow. So wait, we're all going to the premiere?
Just Opie.
Oh, that's good.
He sent the email to everybody. Don't single me out.
No, I think...
I actually responded to
I
responded
to everybody who wanted to go, and Opie replied.
Oh,
he checks his email.
Yeah.
But what'd you like about the movie?
It was really funny with Billy Bob and John. It was a great movie. They worked well together.
Listen how he can make a movie sound.
John,
he's magical.
You're going to have the #1 movie at the box office. Look at this. He's really selling it for you.
Apparently. No, it was good, I mean, that's what we hear. The chemistry.
Yeah. The chemistry,
He is a brilliant booker. He's bringing some great names to our show. But when he has a mic in front of him, he just collapses in front of everybody.
He chokes a little
What did you
bit.
actually like about the movie?
Standing up and delivering.
Yeah.
You liked the chemistry, but what else did you like about the movie?
It's a funny comedy movie that.
Funny comedy movie.
It what? Just let him talk. He'll explain.
It was just a great funny movie. I like. Yeah.
What was your favorite part, man?
Good question.
Thanks, John.
When you were giving the ticket to the guys in the hood.
Oh, that's cool.
That's fine.
Yeah, because you play a meter maid, right?
Yeah.
Meter.
He does.
Yeah.
Or a meter dude, whatever.
A parking enforcement agent.
There you go. And you liked when he gave it a parking ticket to a homie?
Yeah, it was funny with the situation what happened. And
It's cool. See, he's not trying to give it away.
Right. Yeah.
Too much.
He couldn't at gunpoint. So you obviously enjoyed the film because you had mentioned it even off air that you thought it was a funny flick.
Yeah.
What was we know what John's part? What was Billy Bob Thornton's part?
He was, well, I don't give too much of the movie away, but he's a teacher that teaches self-confidence.
Oh, okay.
And they had good chemistry.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Maybe you need something like that. A little confidence.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow. Can't wait to see the movie tonight.
Although he has a weird charisma with films because he tried to pronounce Gridiron Gang. He failed miserably, and it went to #1 at the box office. He's got a really weird touch.
Yeah.
Everything he fumbles over turns to gold.
So, the movie, yeah, School for Scoundrels. And Billy Bob Thornton.
Yeah.
Was it great working with him?
It was great.
Yeah.
Loved it.
You were a fan beforehand, right?
I was. I remember, I told him that Bad Santa I had watched alone in my, when I was up in New York. I think it was when I was promoting Napoleon here in New York, and I watched it alone in my my hotel room, and I was completely alone. It was one of those only times I was laughing out loud.
Yeah.
Alone. I thought this is so weird, but I really enjoyed it. And then, of course, I've seen, Sling Blade and all his, just a lot of his films.
Yeah, he's another guy that just decided, hey, let me make a movie here. And, it took off. Sling Blade.
No, we talked a lot about Sling Blade because there was a lot of similarities just in the, how it was small budget, kind of starting out. And he had done stuff before that, and that's really when, obviously, he started to get known differently. I had not done anything before that. So, tiny things, but...
Didn't you want to just tell him the whole time to talk as Carl? You should have said to him, you should have put your foot down when he walked in and goes, don't speak to me in your voice. Talk to me as Carl only. That
would be perfect coming from me.
Yeah, I know.
When people say that to me. No, we actually did that once on set. I played Napoleon, he played Carl. Talking to each other.
That'll be on the DVD.
Is that going to be on the DVD?
One of the extras?
That didn't get taped, but we ended up doing it for the DVD, so...
Good.
We'll see.
Let's see that.
That has to be on the extras.
I guess we'll see.
It's another one of those things, though, where he was a completely different entity in that movie than he really is, or anything he's played since.
Apparently it's painful when he does it.
Really?
So he doesn't like to do it a lot.
Because
He gets his old jaw
to
like
do that. Everyone tries it and just hurts themselves.
Yeah, it looks ridiculous. But that might be that's in the top 5 acting performances I've ever seen anybody give. I mean, that, and there was something Sean Cassidy did years ago, which is kind of, I like him a lot. Just his hair was kind of blown back.
Cassidy, you are an ass.
No, that was a great film. J.T. Walsh. What a creep, J.T. Why are we talking about J.T.?
J.T. Walsh.
He was brilliant.
He's dead, yeah, but he was just playing like a...
dead.
He kept asking him, did you touch the boy? And it was just a creepy play.
Yeah. Should have been you playing that role.
I act a little bit, but
he does.
I always get
He's
nervous.
an actor.
Yeah, well, I was.
But you're still an actor. You were on HBO's Lucky Louie.
Yeah, and I've been smacked.
Oh, yeah.
Smacked back down.
He was in the first Spider-Man, which was a blockbuster.
Yeah, I'm sure he
knows. Who's you playing for Spider-Man?
Well, I was,
hopefully you didn't blink.
No, it was a good, I was,
No, I couldn't keep my eyes off of it.
Sorry, Jimmy. Yeah, it was a very important role.
You'll know him.
It was the turning point. It was the arc of the film.
Well, a lot of critics felt I was linchpin. Linchpin is the word.
Up on screen.
This is how much I hate Bob. I had one line in Spider-Man. I played the Shirley truck driver. When they were doing Man on the Street stuff, we had to say what we thought of Spider-Man. And we had improv them in auditions, and I had said he stinks, and I don't like him. And, of course, they used it because it was brilliant and it was captivating. And the first time I saw the film, I didn't go see it in the movies. I was in a hotel room with this awful, just creep doing a gig in Buffalo, and I'd never seen my part, and I knew my part was coming up because he got up and left the room to go get ice, so I would have to watch my own part in the movie alone, and then he came back after it was over because he had already seen it and didn't want to share my good feelings. That's my scummy friend. I have one line in the film, and he has to get ice down the hall.
Here it is now for those of you. Jim in Spider-Man.
He stinks, and I don't like him. The emotion, I can't even listen to it without getting... I'm there again.
Great.
How do I overact with one line?
What did he ever do to you?
I don't know. It was just that. It was for the film. I didn't mean like...
You were that guy when I watched the movie. I was like, what a jerk. I mean, you don't even know Spider-Man. Like, give him a chance. He's saving people's lives.
Yeah.
He affected you, and that's what he wanted to do.
Well, that's what a lot of people felt.
Oh, wait, he did have a second line.
Freaking idiot.
Oh, sorry. We were just going to play those through your entire interview. just to annoy you with those. How annoyed must you be? People, come on, do it. Do it. Come on, do it.
Do it.
Do it.
Do it.
I love that.
Do it for me.
Yeah. Do it. Do it.
Do you do it if people ask you to do it?
That's so funny.
Or no?
I don't know.
Do I do it?
Yeah, or you like
I don't get asked that often, you know? I mean, no, I think most people probably like that probably annoy him. I mean, it just depends on, I mean, people will like, a lot of people will just shout out stuff, you know, like I get quite often, like last time I was in New York, you know, walking down, people just yelling out, Napoleon, you know, or like, Heder, eat your ham, and stuff like that. I like how I'm doing their version.
Yes.
A little different
imitation of it. Do you get recognized a lot? I mean, even because you kind of look different.
You know, I mean, it's pretty normal now. I mean, it just, I don't know. It depends on where you go.
Yeah.
Plus, you don't have a blonde
I have like
wig.
the darker hair.
Yeah.
Right?
The what?
You don't have a blonde permed wig on. I mean, the character looks opposite.
That was a real perm, by the way.
That was your hair,
There was no wig.
Oh, really?
No.
Your hair, perm.
Did you hear what Bob just did? This is why I love... This is why Bob...
Yeah, we got to go back to Bob.
Here it goes. Always goes back to Bob.
This is why I love Bob. He goes, hey, you don't have a blonde permed wig. And you go, well, that wasn't a wig. And he goes, well, that was real hair, right?
And it was...
I didn't hear the part. I didn't hear the part before that.
You said to John, you don't have a blonde permed wig. And he goes, that wasn't a wig. And you went, that was real hair, right? Well, like the two of you had just bonded on your findings that the hair was real. He completely corrected you, and you agreed with him as if he was...
You know what? I wish we were on XM right now.
Why?
Because I can't swear at you.
You don't need to swear at me. That was real hair, right?
Well, the right I could have taken out, but...
So you're married, man. No, I'm divorced. Are you single, right? Single?
At least I'm asking him interesting questions about the character.
No, you're not.
Do you get recognized?
That wasn't a question. That was a statement.
Hey, he seems like a sweet guy, though.
He is a sweet guy in like a lovely way. He should be petting a woman in a barn and murdering her. And that wasn't, by the way, a question. You didn't say to him, hey, was that a wig? Because that would have been good to hear John answer. You went, dude, that was a wig you had on. Like you made a statement like he was supposed to go, yes. Like it's your interview. He was supposed to just go, yes.
Do you get recognized all the time? You probably do, yeah. You probably do. That must annoy you. But, you know, with the dark hair, you probably don't get it.
Yeah.
That was real hair, right?
And you play Halo, I was reading the other day?
Yeah,
online.
I gotta say, I love it when like interviewers like do their research, but it's always weird to me where you guys find
actually was in
that crap.
I was like, I had to realize every little thing I say.
You know what I was gonna do?
Anywhere,
somewhere.
You were in the paper here in New York yesterday. I was gonna do the same questions and see if your answers were accurate.
We're accurate.
No, but it said you play Halo online. and Ant's a big gamer.
But I don't play Halo.
No, he doesn't play Halo. But
Halo.
I know. I play Counter-Strike and Battlefield 1942, and I play EverQuest.
EverQuest?
Yeah, it's really geeky.
It sounds way geeky. But hey, I'm not going to.
Napoleon would have played EverQuest.
Dude, I play geeky stuff. I love Halo. Yeah, and Halo 2. That's. Right now, I hardly ever have time to play video games, but when I do, it's Halo, and it's online with my friends. And it's so
yeah.
It's so nerdy, but I mean, and I even get my wife into it sometimes. We have that little headsets we put on so we can talk.
Oh, that's hard to do.
Trash.
Yeah.
That's hard. You can't do that yet?
No, it's like it's hard to bring a girlfriend or wife into the whole gaming.
Oh yeah,
thing.
yeah, no. See, my wife's cool like that.
Yeah,
she's cool. Yeah.
What is Halo, by the way? What kind of? I don't play video games at all.
Halo, it's a first-person shooter.
Okay.
You know what first-person means, right?
Oh yeah.
And you know what shooter is?
Oh yeah, I am one actually.
Oh, okay. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I'm a first-person shooter in real life.
He's also a secretor.
Yeah, you're console gaming though, or computer?
Console.
Yeah. See, I can't get into the console.
You're into the computer.
Computer
See,
gaming.
I've known too many people who've fallen prey to.
I know
the computer monster. It's just.
But I hate the controller.
You hate the
hate the controller.
Yeah, but you use the keyboard.
I use
right?
keyboard and mouse. You get a lot more
keyboard and mouse. Oh, dude, that's like
more control.
Yeah,
more options.
It's more geeky.
I can't sit there and think like, all right, I want the guy to walk forward. Left hit 3, LL2, 1. Like,
dude,
I just want to walk forward.
It's like you have that mini it's like a mini joystick on the controller.
I know, but then there's too many other buttons that you got to do things with.
You have the keyboard. There's like 100 buttons.
I know, and I love all the buttons. It's like everything. Flashlight, boom, I'm on there.
If you want to walk forward, you got to hit shift, right, left key.
No, it's just the arrow key, and then
R for reverse.
Well, if you want to go the WS,
but actually showing.
Yeah,
I can only show you by showing you a real keyboard.
Yeah, a real keyboard.
Yeah.
But the mouse, I don't know, the sensitivity to really tune your shots in, it's right there. With that goddamn joystick on the controller, I want to smack it against the wall.
Well, they have and do you do it with
for the retarded people like me?
The headphones for do you play online?
Oh, and talk smack?
Yeah.
I've not gotten to the smack talk. I listen though.
Yeah.
No, and it's usually some 12-year-old just cursing because his parents aren't home.
I love getting on, and I hardly ever play with strangers. Like I said, I normally play with my friends, but every now and then, if none of them are on, I'll hop on, and there's some. It's always a little punk 12-year-old.
Do they recognize your voice?
I've been recognized once. And they're like, dude, you sound like Napoleon. And
wow, that's really odd.
I shut up after that. But no, they never do. And I'm always yelling at them because they cuss so much. And I'm like, listen to you, little punk. You do not get, just trying to.
And then they clog up like stairwells and ladders. And then they just berate you. Like, dude, move. I got to get past you. And then they'll just F you. And his friends come behind you and just rake you from underneath. You spawn, and they do the same thing. They block your...
You spawn. That's gamer's term.
And it's like, then you just sit there behind some guy that just stands there. And he goes, I'm not moving. You're a dick. It's like, what? Can I just play the goddamn game? It ruined my gaming experience.
That's hilarious.
That is really good.
It's a supreme waste of time, but it's a lot of fun.
And then at the end of the game, when it goes to the little dashboard, you just start really trash. As soon as their team beats, you just start. We won. And they're like, what? What are you talking about?
No, you didn't.
No, you didn't.
I kicked your ass. You were owned.
I like
Was
Centipede. Remember Centipede?
Listen,
that was a good game. The things fall.
Do you play that
stop
online
them.
with friends?
No, just alone with my big machine in my basement.
Jimmy knows nothing. Jimmy's got, what is that called? The ENIAC? Or whatever it is, that giant computer.
I have Intellivision.
I have an Atari.
It's all about Luminous.
No, it is
for
not.
the PSP. Yes, it is. Luminous 2 coming out soon. With buttery beats and lush looks.
He plays the PSP games.
Well, it's great. We travel a lot, so
Tetris.
It makes flights go by
is
fast.
Luminous a game?
Yeah.
It's
kind of like
on PSP.
It's kind of like Tetris, but it's all blocks.
It's the upgraded version of Tetris.
I think I might have played that. I love Tetris.
Then you would love Luminous. I'm serious.
You must have loved
It's very
Tetris.
addicting.
Tetris is a cooler
when
name,
you were like 6. I mean, come on. You need the graphics, right? Don't you need?
Yeah, but the Tetris is still it's the puzzle. I love.
And that's how Luminous is.
Drives you crazy.
You got to match up the blocks. And get up to the top.
You're spinning it. Son of a bitch! It's not going to fit.
Yeah.
I used to love video games, and I just hate them now. I used to play Asteroids when I was a lad.
You play video games, Jimmy?
No, not anymore.
Yeah, Pal Talk. That's a good video game.
It's not really a video game. It's like you got your joystick, and then when you shoot, you just try to avoid the keyboard. I wouldn't say.
Any of the girls want to flash? You want to give a little flash? Feel free. That would be wonderful.
All right.
What? We have girls on?
Yeah, these are live girls that are just... See, we have cameras, and they have cameras where they are, and you just pop them up, and they get to watch us. We watch
These
them.
are just random, listeners?
Your fans watching them.
Listeners.
Huh.
Fans that are watching.
Fans
None of
watching
them want
from all
to,
over
huh?
the country.
But how do you choose which? I mean, is this it? Is this it for your listeners?
Oh, no.
Well, there are some, like... Here,
It's just these 3 girls.
No, well,
they're our biggest fans.
here's one you don't want to pop up. Oh, Stalker Patty, she's not even there. Oh, see? There you go. Thank you.
What's on that screen? There's nothing on there.
Yeah, there you
Eric,
go.
what are you doing? I'm trying to look at breasts. For the love of God.
See, that's nice, though. That's an interactive kind of... Not much of a game. You know, no points, but everyone's a winner.
All right. The big plug.
I'll talk.
The big plug for School for Scoundrels. I'm going tonight. If you see me tonight, are you going to make... Like, are we friends now?
Now, are you going as a guest or as, are you doing interviews?
No.
Yeah, will you be a celebrity?
I'm just going in to watch the movie like
okay.
anyone else.
Okay, then if I see you, then yes, I'll talk to you.
Or you'll make believe we didn't even meet earlier in the morning.
I'll pretend. Are you going to look very different? I mean, right now you're kind of...
Yeah, I might actually
relax.
be showered and stuff.
Relax.
Yeah.
Clean. You'll have your glasses on.
Right.
What do you wear to these things?
What do,
You got somebody that dresses you?
I don't.
No.
Well, I dress myself.
For
but
suit?
I always end up getting some suit that I don't know what it is, and then they ask me on the carpet.
That is the
There you go.
dumbest.
What are you
dumbest.
wearing? I'm
Who
like
cares
a
what you're
black
wearing?
suit.
I don't know. There's a tag in the back. Idiot, check.
Yeah.
That might have been interesting
idea.
when it first started, hitting the red carpet, but who cares what these people
ask
are
the
wearing?
women. The women obviously know what they're wearing, and they're. I
And
mean,
it means
that's the
something,
point
I
of it.
guess.
But a
A
why?
guy would know, right?
I just need a black suit. That's fine. You know?
They asked that
I mean, it
'cause-
depends on the.
Yeah.
For this, I'll wear a black suit.
They asked that because they don't know what else to ask. It's that just crutch. All right, I don't really know this person, so I'll just ask, what they're
What
wearing.
are you wearing? An ankle bracelet.
Do people expect you to dance because of your famous dancing scene?
I did a couple college tours like last year, and every single show I did, because they're mostly just Q&As, but it was like that is the number one thing I was always asked about or asked to do.
Yeah.
Like asked about the dance or asked to do the dance. I mean,
Well,
it doesn't
was
matter
so
what
odd.
if I do a Q&A with kids or if I do a Q&A with 50-year-olds. Doesn't matter. That's always the number.
Were you able to run through the whole thing, or do you have to do it in pieces?
Oh no, it was all just freestyle.
Yeah.
So it was not like I memorized it.
No. So you just music went and you just went off.
I just started dancing.
Where
that's why it
the
was weird,
hell
'cause
do you
people
pick that up?
just memorized, and people knew the dance better than I did because I didn't practice it. I just did it
Yeah.
once.
That
It
is
was just
really
that
odd.
moment in time. That one slice of
It's
life.
just odd that you would even be able to do that.
Why is that odd?
Do you dance? Do you
Well, I mean, that's
even at a wedding or something? Do you do that?
not for show.
No, not for show.
Not for show.
Because you make it sound like I was just up there, screwing around.
I like to dance. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm looking forward to this movie
'Cause
tonight.
I couldn't do that.
Yeah, I can't wait.
I'm looking forward to this premiere.
So, John,
It's a fun movie. It's good.
yeah. So, what is it about again? Because Roland didn't do a good job. It's you and Billy Bob Thornton. Billy Bob Thornton is a teacher at this school for scoundrels. The movie's called School for Scoundrels.
Yeah. I play a meter maid, as you were explaining before, who is just, he's a loser. He has no confidence. He really likes this girl in his apartment building, and everybody at his work just kind of steps all over him, and he doesn't have the guts to ask the girl out, and he's just really weak, and so he takes this class taught by Billy Bob, who his friend kind of introduces him to, and says, who basically teaches guys like weak men how to get what's yours, what you deserve, and but he's this, really, he's kind of hardcore, and he teaches guys some of his methods are kind of illegal sometimes, and he's more he's really the real deal. He's seen everything, so he's just a very up forward, strong guy teaching these bunch of idiots how to,
The tennis scene is hilarious that they're showing.
Yeah, that's a really good scene
during the preview.
It's like a funny version of Magnolia. You know,
Magnolia.
I remember with Tom Cruise.
Oh, yeah, Tom Cruise teaching, yeah.
Yeah, that kind of like...
It's a more toned down, funnier... But, no, and then he, because I start to garner success from the class, it kind of spawns this, the competitive side of Billy Bob's character, and so he starts going after the same girl.
Right on. Cool.
So I have to use what he taught me to kind of go against
Don't
him.
say anymore. You'll ruin it.
Yeah.
I hate going to the movies and the trailer plays, and you're like, I've seen this movie now. I could go home.
I know. It's true, but, they all tell me, it's like, they show it that way because that's, what gets the audience in there, and that's what gets them to pay for the tickets.
It's amazing. Because there are some trailers where you're like, oh my God, there's a twist in the plot, and they just showed it.
Yeah.
Why the hell would you do that?
They do that.
Yeah. Why would you do that?
Maybe because there's always going to be another twist at the end, or because the public is stupid.
Maybe.
I'm looking forward to this premiere, though. I've never been to a premiere.
You're not going.
I am.
Opie's going.
John said okay.
You didn't reply to the email.
I did. Yeah. I sent it back. I was busy.
We'll get you there, Jimmy.
Okay, thanks, John.
Hey, John, thank you. It's a pleasure.
Yeah,
John Heder from School for Scoundrels. Sorry.
Good luck, man.
And it opens Friday for everybody. All right? All right. It's the O&A virus spreading across America. Thanks, John.
Here with everyone else.